Hey, everybody, and welcome. You've made it to another Friday here. So, welcome to Cyber Social Hub's Hubcast. What it is just our little corner of the internet that we like to talk about nerd stuff. Anything from digital forensics, digital investigations, OSINT, anything really involving a piece of digital equipment. And if we can investigate it and pull information out, we're going to talk about it. And we usually talk to some really awesome people, and today is no exception. I will talk about them here in just a second. But what I wanted to tell you guys about too is we actually have, it's not fully up our schedule yet, although we do have it fully booked. Our schedule for Cyber Social Con is fully booked with speakers. And I know there's over 100 people signed up already for it, and we really haven't promoted it much. But you can go to it here in hopefully by the end of the show. We'll have the link live. If not, I'll make sure I post it sometime during the show or down into the show notes here as well. It's 100% free, 100% free to you guys, and there's some phenomenal topics out there. We again talk about digital investigations for the most part through there, and a lot of how-tos, concept, trends. It's phenomenal, and I like it because, well, when I was actually doing investigations, our budget was very, very low. The small department I was at, meaning free is always a fun word. So we'll be making sure that we push that out to you guys. If you haven't, it should have been in, I think it was in our last newsletter actually that we sent out last week about Cyber Social Con. So great lineup coming up for this. So without further ado, I want to move into this segment because this is going to be a fun segment because, I've known at least one of the guys here for a little while. And we tend to razz each other a little bit at shows. That's where we see each other the most. And, you guys know as well as I do in this industry, if you're not making fun of one another, there's just no love. There really isn't. And so let me bring these guys up here. There we come up. Hey, CJ and Mike, how are you guys doing? Oh, hang on a second. I got to publish this first. There we go. See, I told myself I'm going to be on this publish button. Make sure I don't screw anything up, and I screw the publish up. So,
well, we made it. That's all that's important here. What's going on there, Mike? How you doing, Mike?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Good. Long time no talk, bud.
Yeah.
You guys were just doing some type of some awesome demos before here, right?
Yes. Day in the life is demos, and more demos. That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially, and we'll get into all the values of that. But people are obviously pretty excited to see you guys here. We got Habib in there saying hello. We also have, let me see who is. I'm going to slaughter your name, so I apologize because literally I have the worst American tongue on the planet. If it's not Bob Smith, I have challenges pronouncing the name, including my own. Even CJ's last name throws it to me.
Yes, let me give this a shot. Abdul Munyam Al-Brai. That was my guess. Hopefully I got that. Was that good?
We'll find out. We're on about a 15-second ish delay. We're living in the future from everyone good. Else. So, hopefully they'll comment back and see. But hey, good to have you guys on the show. CJ, how long have I known you now? Has it been a year? It's been over a year.
It's been over 2 now. Yeah, for sure. It'll be my 3-year here at Detego come February. So it was, the first year was COVID, so everything was virtual. So it's been coming up on 2 for sure. I've seen you at probably 5 or 6 shows, and yeah, man, time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, and that's awesome. And Mike, I just had the awesome privilege of meeting you in San Diego, right, at Techno Security. Is where we're at?
Yeah, same here. I've only been with the company for, I'm going on 2 months. In 2 days, I'll be here for 2 months. So I'm brand new. That's why you don't razz me too much, but get ready.
Oh yeah, well,
just wait.
We got to make sure you're not going to go crazy on us and kill us. That's the real reason we don't make fun of the people we just meet. We got to get that vibe for them.
Feel them out a little bit.
That's right. Make sure that they're all good sports about it. But like I was telling CJ, we razz each other all the time, and it's all in good fun. And one in particular, and I don't know that he's made it yet. I was kind of hanging out to see if he was going to pop in, but and hold off because CJ, your love for Jansen over at MSAB, Oh, there he is. That is
There
not
we
his
go.
real picture.
There we go.
Hold on a
How do,
second.
how do I comment? My
Hold on a
comments.
second.
It's
That
the zingers already. The Pillsbury Doughboy has chimed in.
that is
And
not Jensen. What is that picture? It's not. That's like kind of yeah. That's not Fat Keanu Reeves. I don't understand why it looks that way. Dude, you got to update your picture there. That's no way. Oh, see, he's already ringing them. So we'll get these out of the way early on, and I'm going to give guys some background on some of this nonsense first. So we were all joking around one night, right? And at one of the shows, and we were coming up with celebrity nicknames and lookalikes for this, right? And there may or may not have been some beverages involved. So all I'm saying, we drink too much cola and we get crazy, right? And what we came up with for CJ was Lou Ferrigno, right? Because
yes.
if you can't really tell with CJ right now, and I'm not, but he's a big guy. So I'm very careful. See, that's why now I'm virtual. I can make fun of him for a while because I won't see him at least until April, I know. So I'll be okay. And hopefully
I'm all bark and no bite, man. All bark and no bite. That's me. Big softy.
But so the nickname that we came up with CJ was Lou Ferrigno, right? Incredible Hulk. Those of you who've been around for a little while, right? When I was a kid, that was my favorite show on TV, right? You watch Bruce Banner turn into the Incredible Hulk because CJ's just that big. He's a big guy, not a small guy in the slightest. So what we,
Hulk smash.
Yeah. So I'm just getting this out of the way early, CJ. Then it'll be done. I can't promise anything with Jansen, but go ahead.
Go ahead.
No.
Andy has chimed in too, and I'm sure, knowing Andy, he's going to have a few zingers lined up as well. So I'm ready. Bring it.
Just don't take it easy on you. I see it. There's proof right there in the comment right now.
And if you guys want to fix that Jansen profile picture, just take the one of his face in the fake suit on the website. We can superimpose it.
Oh, I may have something for that. So out of what was it? I don't remember. It was just some random. I think it came on LinkedIn. I think Jensen messaged me on LinkedIn, and he sent me this thing. CJ, he sent it to me, and it's actually really nice that he was thinking of you in some random moment that he was thinking of you, and I thought I was gonna die laughing. I thought it was gonna die. So I have to share this with you.
Let's share it.
Yeah,
love.
And
share the love.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm going to, but I got to set this up here real quick because I didn't have you. Okay, I have a reaction cam even set up for you. So, yeah, we're all going to watch this. And Jensen says he was lonely, just for the record. If you can see down in the comments here. So, this is all Jensen now. So,
10 bourbons in, 4 bangs in, late at night. I get it. Thinking about me. Alone.
All right. So I'll leave you on the screen for the reaction cam here, but here we go. All right, you ready? Here we go.
Ready.
Hey CJ, how you doing? Lou Ferrigno. I just want to say, keep up the great work working on your new company. I know it takes a lot of hard work, but be positive and keep living, keep working out, and very healthy because that gives you determination to be very successful and to focus. I wish you all the best of luck on your new company. Keep up the great work. Positive.
Holy cow. That is me. I can't even argue. That's me in about 20 years. All right, I'll take it. Done. I'm gonna get a Ferrigno tattoo on my back or something to make it official.
Oh yeah, I saw that and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I asked you.
Listen, that's gold. That is gold.
Oh my gosh.
There's gold in those hills. That's good stuff. I applaud you. That's amazing. If you could send me that, if you could somehow send that to me, I would appreciate it because I'm going to keep that and share it with everybody that I know.
I think
and to answer Danson's question, I did. There was about probably 6 to 8 people that asked for my autograph at Techno Security, thanks to you. So thank you for sending my way. We actually had a demo with them today. So thanks for the leads. I appreciate that.
It's all about lead generation, right?
I'll take it. Lead generation I'll take it any way I can get it.
Oh man, that is so funny. Yeah, he sent me that. I nearly fell out of my chair. I was laughing so hard when I said,
That's gold.
some people sit around and, late night at the home shopping network, or now it's Amazon, right? You don't know what you ordered and all of a sudden you get a delivery.
Oh
Jansen,
yeah.
he does the celebrity endorsement type stuff. So
Yeah, no, that was gold. So there's no topping that. He has hit the mountaintop. I'm gonna have to, unless I go meet Keanu Reeves and get my own. I'll have some work to do.
there you go. I don't know if Keanu's on Cameo. I don't
No,
know.
I don't
If not.
think he is.
He's still in the A movies, so I don't know. He may have to be. It's like,
Yeah, they're
it's like
different
the rock
levels of
bands.
fame.
Yeah, it's like the rock bands we listened to when we were younger. You paid top dollar to see them in these big stadiums. Now you go to the county fairs to see them. So yeah, I think that's kind of what happened there.
I did find. Can you guys see my screen? Okay, I did
will
have.
here I cannot right now because I do that for a reason.
Okay.
Because Jansen comes on the show occasionally, so I have to put a safeguard in place.
Can we put my screen up just for now? Because they're a partner of ours. Is that possible?
Give me 1 second here, and I will see if I can pop this up here on the screen. Let me go for a new scene. Yep, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Pop that up.
For those that don't know,
Pop this
Detego.
Okay.
Yeah, Detego and MSAB are partners, and he was just elated at the fact that we were able to partner up with MSAB. So this is a picture that we actually took of Jansen here at Detego HQ. As you can see, he's kind of over the moon and dancing because Jansen does dance for Detego. So special shout out to Jansen. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for everything that you do. Love you.
That's pretty impressive. I had no idea he could move like
that. He can move like that.
He says he can do it.
You would be surprised what they do in the woods of Mississippi after 10 to 12 bourbons.
Oh my god!
With your cousins.
Oh man, I tell you what, you two, Dancing Jansen. That's his new name right there. Right there.
That's it.
Jansen.
That's it.
So I'll make sure you get a copy of that. Jansen can send it to you too. Man, I'll tell you what, that was absolutely hilarious when I saw that for Lou Ferrigno. And we were going over it. I was setting up with my team to the post. Obviously, we always want to make sure, hey, we're not going like overboard, right? They're like, nah, this is fine. It's not overboard. It's actually very complimentary towards CJ and all the efforts he's making in the business.
Yeah, I was a little concerned, but that was actually I'm actually flattered, and if I'd hug all you guys if we were in the same room. So thanks.
Oh man, it's all good fun, And again, we were sitting around, and I think Jansen, you named yourself, if I remember right, the fat Keanu Reeves, or someone gave that to you once before, and that kind of stuck. There were several things going on. I think Forensic Jesus. There were several of them that happened in there. But yeah. Oh man, that's so great.
All right, we got that out of the way.
Hold on, let me take a deep breath, clear my eyes. The tears that were forming.
Stretch a little bit.
Yeah. CJ, you're a good sport about this, my friend.
Oh, that's gold. That was gold. That. Who can argue with that?
No, I mean, that was great. That was great. Yeah, I mean, my goal is to never get on the bad side of Jansen here, because he's going to sit around and just plot, and just completely plot things there. Anyway, guys, welcome to the show. Did I say that already? Now that we can actually get this thing rolling, they got that out of the way. So, you guys are both with and I always pronounce this wrong. So I'll let you pronounce it. Pronounce the name of the company for me.
Detego.
Okay,
Detego
I've heard
Global.
So I have been doing it right. Okay, that's
you've been nailing it. We respond to Detego, which we're also known as. It's like tomato.
Got you. Depending on where in the world you're at, right?
Right.
Where it's at. Oh, hang on, man! It's just not going to stop. So I'll just run these down below. Feel free to don't ignore these things, as we go through these, because that's what makes the show fun, right? Is everybody making fun of one another for the most part. So, how long has the company been around?
Next year, believe it or not, is our 20th anniversary, and not a lot of people know that. The company, the technology, the first probably 15 years or so was mostly used in world intelligence agencies and elite special forces.
Mm-hmm.
Only in the past handful of years has it kind of gone a little bit more mainstream into law enforcement, state and local, federal, attorney general, stuff like that. But we're definitely on a upward trajectory as far as, you know, um, what's the word I'm looking for here? Industry. Now people know about us now. People are like, yes, I have heard of the Detego. When I started here 3 years ago, nobody here stateside, barely anybody, especially in law enforcement, the IPAC community, knew about us. So I think we've done a lot of good things as far as making friends with folks like Cyber Social, the techno securities of the world, the IASISes of the world, hiring people like Mike, adding really integral key parts to the company. And I think we've done it slow and steady, but we're really on that rocket ship upward trajectory to doing some really big things in the not too distant future. We already are doing some big things, but even more so. I know we've got a lot of big plans lined up for fiscal year 2023. So I couldn't be happier to be here.
That's awesome. Yeah, I am one of those people that I had not heard of you guys until a few years ago, and then all of a sudden now you're everywhere, which is phenomenal. So
Right.
kudos to your teams.
Kudos to our marketing team, Bud, and our marketing team as well. Those guys, they are on it. They're locked in, and marketing and sales, when they're working together, it's a beautiful thing, right? Because you need to have a good marketing team and a good marketing strategy and a good technology like Detego has for it to work. So we've definitely hit our stride over the past year with that as well.
Yeah, yeah, and that's great. Great, Mike. How did now you've been with a couple months now, right?
Just going on 2 months, yes, sir.
2 months. So tell us a little bit about your history and how you got involved with Detego.
Sure. I was a state trooper in Massachusetts for 27 and a half years. Grew up as a computer geek, always had a computer, liked programming. Got my undergraduate degree in computer science. So started out with a company developing software. Then the state police called and I said, hey, let's give that a shot. So I jumped ship, went to the state police. I always tell everybody it was the best dumb mistake I ever made because they gave me keys to a car, uniform, actually keys to a helicopter for 6 years. I was in the aviation unit flying around the helicopter. So
Oh
it
wow.
couldn't have gotten much better than that. During my 27 years, I held various coveted positions there, one being the helicopter unit, and then a detective unit, which I spent about 15 years in. And the state of Mass uses detective units to cover a wide variety. So I was a supervisor for our narcotics unit,
Hmm.
and then also a supervisor in the homicide unit, which worked out of the same office. So got to meet a lot of great investigators from state, local, and federal agencies to work together. And then the last 15 years, I focused on forensics and started a digital forensic lab and did digital forensics for most of the people in the area. I retired in 2 years ago and started my own company, a single one man show doing forensics mostly for defense attorneys, and found out rather quickly that that was not a good side to be on, even though it was very profitable. Just didn't feel right to be on the other side of the coin. And I found this position opening up in Detego, tried the software out, fell in love, wished I would have had it my entire life, and jumped right in both feet.
That's awesome. That's a great story. Yeah, I mean, for the defense side of things, it's a necessary thing to have because there are some examiners that don't always do the proper job on the prosecution. It doesn't happen often, but it's there. So it's good to have those experts on the other side to double check that work, make sure it's all good to go. So
It
kudos.
feels good again. I feel clean now.
Right. Yeah, I couldn't do it. Man, I considered it early on when I left law enforcement full time back in 2012. Yeah, it's been 10 years now. And
Wow.
I still keep my commission though. I just literally last week had to drive to my home department and re-up my certifications and take all this training uh, just in case. You never know, right? This could all go sideways.
Sure.
Uh, good to
Good
have.
to have options.
Yeah,
Plan B.
plan B, C, D.
D.
I
Right.
can wash windows with newspaper like nobody, so I can sit right out there and take care of it. Um, he, Danson's got to get his in. Are you commissioned and put in bay? Yeah, Jansen was in Ohio here recently. That's where I'm at. And he comes up and doesn't even say hi, doesn't even call, nothing. And he was like 25 minutes from my house.
Yeah,
25 minutes. Yeah,
stealth mission.
the way he works. I think he's embarrassed of Ohio, but that's okay. Do that. They can do that. I'm sorry, I'm looking through comments too to see anything other than razzing back and forth. And if you guys do have a question for these guys, once we get into the conversation here, feel free to put it into chat. Now we are broadcasting out, and I forgot to say this: we're broadcasting out onto 4 social platforms simultaneous. So they're in various states of delay, right? So we are pushing out to Twitter. That's going out live. We're going out to Facebook, and we can get messages in from Facebook. So if you type something into the Facebook chat as well, it comes into us here. We're also pushing out to LinkedIn. We can't see Twitter or LinkedIn, unfortunately. If you comment on those, we'll have to catch those later on. But obviously, the primary channel where we have been broadcasting to since the beginning of the year is YouTube. So YouTube is our primary. If you want to jump on there and have some interactions with these guys, please by all means do so. And I gotta give us a little pat on the back for having just some awesome guests like you guys. We started this YouTube channel just this year, and we've passed up our major competitors in 10 freaking months with getting information out to it. So it's very good. No, it's all my team by all means. They do a phenomenal job in making sure that everything goes as it's supposed to, and people get scheduled to come on the show. I just show up and talk. That's the easy part, for sure. So anyway, thanks again, guys, for hanging out. So tell us a little bit about the company, right?
Sure.
What's the main goal and end goal for the company?
That's a good question. I think, really we're in the 21st century. So, supporting law enforcement, and state, local, federal, when it comes to anything and everything, not only forensics, but we do case management software, endpoint monitoring, and we've added a lot more new line items to our suite. One of the reasons why I came on board is simply because of the mission, right? Making a change, right? Helping getting the bad guys off the street. So I know a big part of what we do is obviously backing the blue any way that we can, as well as all the military organizations and countries that we work with as well. Just alleviating the challenges in technology of the 21st century as it pertains to the forensic suite. The one thing about Detego that's great is it's kind of I always say a Swiss Army knife. There's so much stuff that we can do, whether you're doing on-scene forensics in a time-critical scenario, whether you're doing lab-based deep dive, whether you're just you just graduated from IASIS and you're new and you don't know what you don't know. We've got some great technology for you. Or you've been doing this for 25 or 30 years and you're advanced. There's typically an easy button and a lot more advanced when it comes to extracting, analyzing, and reporting on really any kind of technology, from phones to drones to computers to tablets to loose media. So if you tell me no, if you don't like our mobile forensic suite, great. Then let's take a look at maybe what we can do with computers, or you're on scene. There's just so many great options.
Yeah, and that's really what I hear people raving about is they don't have to go to multiple places to get things done. They can come to you guys and if they're just, especially if you're brand new to it, just starting a lab, and you don't have the $1 trillion it takes to buy a bunch of the products that are out there, then you can use you guys too. It's a great solution that really solves all the problems in one sit down, where you're not getting trained on this one, and now you got to go get trained on this one. Now you got to get trained on this one. You just need trained on one, and you can do your case from acquisition to testimony, right? Or whatever the end result is. If it's not in a courtroom, if it's in a corporate boardroom or in the intelligence field, whatever, then you guys can handle all that. Is that right?
Yeah, and you had mentioned you worked with a smaller police force, and obviously where budgets were an issue.
Oh yeah.
It's cost effective for what you get. I think we need to charge more, honestly, but for what you're getting, the world's fastest imaging tool, our award-winning triage tool, our mobile platform, our analysis engine, there's a lot to it, and knowing what the competitors charge and knowing what we charge, you're going to get a lot of value, and you're going to get the support. And again, and and we talked about the training burden, right? It does so much that if you part of your team is doing on scene forensics in the ICAC world, we tick those boxes, and then obviously if you're doing lab deep dive stuff, we tick those boxes as well. So there's a little bit of something for everyone.
Very good. I'm just trying to bring up the website here really quick. I did put the link down. If you're on YouTube, the link is down in the description already, down there. But for the other networks, I'm trying to get it up here really quick. It's the Detego Global, if I remember right. Right,
That's it. DetegoGlobal.com.
There we are, right there. Let me get my picture off here. I don't want to see myself on
I,
there.
I have Andy give me "I told you so" again. I think I'm stuck with that for the rest of my life.
Nah.
What's that?
When I first started my own company, he told me I should try it, but I was so set in my ways from being trained on what I knew that I plunked all the money down myself for all the bunch of other tools. And then once I finally played with it, I said, "Yep, you were right. You were right." So he told me so.
People get in their comfort zone, right? They like what they like, and some examiners, investigators aren't comfortable with change, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But you know, I also think you need to vet out other technologies, and that's why we do a really good job of providing demos and trials. And again, there's, as you can see, what our customers are saying. We've got just a boatload of case studies, white papers, and references for the greater community.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah, you got a lot of solutions trusted by. Man, there's some great names on here too. Phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Here. Sorry, I'm having technology issues getting it switched back. There we go. I just got to find the right button. So again,
And Kevin, I've only been there 2 months, as I said, but when I played with a lot of tools, and when I jumped in originally, I said, "Wow, this software is easy to use. It's quick setup, quick learning curve." But then once I was able to dive in deep and see what I could do, being a geek and a tech guy, you really can tweak it to suit your needs and help other people that aren't as technical out. So every day I use the tool, and every day I find out something that I like better than the day before. So it's been 2 months of perpetual learning and learning
Yeah.
more powerful
Mhm.
tools. Yes.
Yeah. Kudos to Mike, extremely fast learner. The only man I know that likes to read user manuals. So I doff my cap to you, sir, for that. I've got no interest in whatsoever. I want, we want it now. We want the easy button, right? But he likes to get in, get his hands dirty, and read user manuals, all 250 pages. So kudos to you for that.
It's a light read.
I would poke my eyes out with a rusty spoon.
Now you guys have some claims to fame with your acquisitions, right?
Yeah, our creme de la creme we're best known for is we do have the world's fastest imaging tool. It's the ballistic imager. One of our special forces customers was actually able to image a full terabyte on scene in less than 8 minutes. So that's the showstopper. That's when I, when we're at the conferences, when we're doing these demos, when we're traveling to customer sites and we plug in that technology, that's what the jaws drop, the eyes get big, and you get the BS. How'd you do that? Show me again, type of thing. So, yeah, that's kind of what gets us in the door. That's what people best know us for. It is our patented technology. It works on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Fits in your pocket. Easy to use, forensically sound, and that's our claim to fame, so to speak. But that's just one of many great kind of modules that we have as well.
Yeah, and 1 terabyte in under, is that 8 minutes?
Right.
That's pretty amazing.
That's the you're probably not going to get that when you're on scene doing an ICAC case. But when I image my computer, we just did it today. It gets up to 1.2, 1.3 gigs per second when I'm imaging and so half a terabyte. My computer takes about 9 or 10 minutes. So it's like a rocket ship. There's nothing like it. I think it's about 4 times faster than any imager I've seen.
That's pretty amazing, and that's important for some of the guys in the field too, especially. I mean, they never know. I mean, depending on what your job title is, you could have incoming things coming in, or even in drug units, like I was attached to for a long time too. You want to get in, get out as quick as you can if you're not going to seize that whole thing. And hopefully that maybe they're still going to be using it, whatever that you need off of that. And that's just great. And that's part of you're really, your we know times are increasing because drives are just getting freaking larger. I mean,
Right.
I can't. I was shopping for some new portable drives, right? And then I can't believe these things are so small, and I don't have one on my desk because I'm here in my temporary office. Everything's still in the other office, and they're so tiny, right? They're like this big, and they're several like 5 terabytes of data.
Right.
This little thing, man. If I'd have got a 5 terabyte drive in the field, I'd have just like, what am I going to do with this thing? It's going to take forever to go through this data, and you know Detego allows that to process that a lot faster. And what's you guys' secret? How do you do that?
Well, the patent is just using multiple collectors. So basically, you can use a hub, and the more kind of openings that you have, in your hub. So right when I do my demo, I've got 2 collectors. You have one what we call master stick, which houses the software, and that's typically like a good quality USB, like a thumbstick, if you can see this.
Yeah.
And then on this master stick, there's an index file, and you can copy and paste that index file, and that allows you to kind of load balance your other collectors. So if I've got a T7 and an 860 Pro. You plug your collectors in, go into your file explorer, you find the software, you click go, and it's really that simple. And it's just basically doing the load balancing. So it's splitting the imaging process to multiple collectors,
Mm-hmm.
and all you're doing is utilizing all the ports. You can do that in a live state, or we also give you what's called the boot technology, where you can boot in if it's locked, so that helps as well. And it works on Windows, Mac, and Linux. And yeah, easy to use, fits in your pocket, and it's the world's fastest. So people like easy, they like fast, and that's why that's kind of it's so popular.
I see Mike laughing too. We're not laughing at you, CJ. I'm trying to ignore these comments as much as possible, but they're so huge on my screen. I see them coming through. Like
Yeah.
it says, you can pull the Lord of the Rings extended DVD, the amount of data every 4 seconds. and, and a story,
I
I don't
think
know.
it would be fast. It would be faster than that.
And a story you guys may not know. CJ, you've met my wife. Mike, you have not as of yet. You will probably if you're in Wilmington coming up in April. And I knew CJ that I was going to marry this woman because she sat through all 3 of the original Lord of the Ring trilogies without walking on me. So
Wow,
I'm
that's a
like,
keeper.
done. You're a keeper right there and then.
Yeah. Lock it up. Now, I remember you told me the story how you guys met, and that stuck with me. We were, I think, sitting poolside there at the Isis in Orlando,
Right.
the El Caribe hotel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I can't pronounce it. I still have the room key. I probably should have left it there.
Yeah,
My bag the other day. I was like, whoops, sorry about that.
yeah, and kudos to raising your kids right. They were super sweet to Bella, my daughter, and were very playful and gentle and loving and endearing. So that's got to be all your life. That doesn't come from you.
It's not me.
Yeah.
And my son,
No,
however, I'm worried about. He's a me, so we got
a little Bam Bam.
yeah, we got to look out for him as he gets a little older. That's for sure. So, what do you guys see as some of the big issues that forensic examiners are experiencing, no matter the job, whether the military, private sector, or law enforcement? What do you see as some of the issues that they're dealing with? Why is the job getting so hard?
I'll take that one.
Sure.
I think it's backlog and just the pure amount of data. In my office before I left, uh, I was a supervisor in the narcotics unit. Like I said, we were responsible for analyzing every cell phone from an overdose. If there was an overdose in our county, the 25 cities and towns, the phone was brought to our office for analysis, extraction, and then comparison with other overdose phones to see if we could link everybody together. And just the amount of overdose phones alone, the pandemic around here was crazy. That would just put a damper on, 2 or 3 guys. They would just be swamped with overdose phones, never mind the homicides and all the
Mm-hmm.
regular requests that came in. So I think it's just the amount of data and like you said, storage sizes. The cell phones getting bigger and bigger. Everyone has a computer with, external 3 terabyte, 4 terabyte drives on it. So it's just the amount of data and the time it takes. And that's why, once I saw this technology, I think it would have reduced my log. I think I could have handled everything by myself back in the day if I had this software.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. And again, I haven't done real casework for several years. I went to work for another company and just saw the drives get bigger and bigger myself, and I'm just like, man, how is this ever gonna? Is it ever gonna stop? And it's not. I don't even know what's the largest drive out there right now that you can get. I normally would go onto Amazon and just say, hey, give me the biggest storage size you got, but I haven't done that search yet. CG, I'm a one of those Samsung Drive guy
Yeah,
myself. I love those things. I probably got 15 of them sitting in the other
yeah,
room.
those are money.
Yeah. So I love those things. But I have no idea what the big drive size is. I'm hoping somebody maybe in the audience will dig through and find it for us, and
Yeah,
that way we
I
can
bet
see.
you somebody in the audience would know.
Yeah.
Offhand, I do not know that. Maybe I should. So shame on me.
No, it changes every day. How are you supposed to know?
Right.
There's no
It's
possible way to know this, right?
it's cat and mouse, right? Right when you think you have the largest, something it's is on the
Yeah,
forefront there.
something.
My go-to is the T7 Rugged. You can
Oh,
drop them.
new one like that. See, I've been
Has a
thinking.
rubber coating on it. Get in multiple sizes, and
Yeah,
I drop everything, so nice to drop.
man, I have drive envy right now. How big is that thing? Is that the full terabyte or is that 2 terabytes? Because I know they're making those like massive now.
This is a 1, but I have a 2. It's the same exact size of a credit card. A little bit thicker because of the rubber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a bunch
Yeah.
of the metal ones, and you drop those.
Right.
A heck of a ding they leave in those.
Yeah.
Um, so
Andy says in 2021 it was a 100 terabyte drive for 40K.
holy moly, you can anything. See now I got to go check, guys. I'm gonna go on here and actually look and see large.
Kevin, you should pick up 2 or 3 of those while you're at it.
Drive. Not 40 freaking K. That's just not happening.
Old Daddy Warbucks over there.
Yeah, let me filter this down up to 4 terabyte and above. Let's filter. So you can get literally a 4 terabyte drive, very similar from the one you held up, Mike. It's like $107. For
Not
that.
bad.
There's a 12. That one's a little larger. Yeah, so it's crazy. So 16 terabytes, just like the one you had, $109. $109. It's
Not bad.
crazy. That's insane. Terabytes.
Yeah.
I had to make sure I was reading that right. It wasn't some like gigabytes. No, it says terabytes. That's absolutely insane.
Yes.
When you're digging through here. So the processing time is a huge concern.
Yes.
I mean, examiners nowadays, they're just looking at these things going, man, how am I ever going to get through this? Especially if it's like a, like a CSAM case or, gosh, how would you get through all of that stuff?
One of the things, in the ICAC community specifically, you seize a bag of sticks and hard drives. With Detego, you can very easily image and analyze 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of automation. There's something called a job queue, and it'll run 20 analytical processes. So you can do OCR, photo DNA, steganography. You just the laundry list. You basically save these job queues, name them, plug in your hard drive, your thumbstick, click go, plug another one in, click go. And we've got customers who are, again, it's just saving a lot of time, taking advantage of the Detego automation, and obviously, as we said, speed and is the name of the game, and it's fast. And so yeah, that's another big, probably one of the most underrated pieces of Detego is the job queues and the media acquisition piece. That's just another great module that typically is used in the lab type environment back in the office.
That's great because, man, you need something to get through this because it's ridiculous to do these things. Hold on, I'm looking what Andy's saying here. 13 hours from Detego ballistic to image. He's doing the math. Don't ask me to do Ohio math. He's cranking. He's getting it done. Appreciate it. So I've been seeing some chat here that you guys have you guys recently change your interface or make the interface better, easier to use?
Yeah, we're always the cool thing, one of the many cool things you would expect a company like Detego to add new versions, but we're always adding new key features and benefits every release. Our new releases come out every probably 2 months or so, some 2 or 3 months, and yeah, the interface has changed. Some of the ease of use has changed. Some of the analytical processes have changed. And the great thing, one of the great things about the Tigo is some of these changes are coming from our customer base who said, hey, you guys do this really well, this really well, but I really think if you made this change to whatever it might be. So we listen. So I've seen firsthand where an investigator who's been doing, working for 20 years, who knows all the tools and obviously just a wealth of knowledge gives us a recommendation. Well, we take that recommendation seriously and obviously share it with our development team and our engineers. And if it makes sense, sometimes 2, 3, sometimes 6 months later, we've added that feature to the latest version. So that's another cool thing. We listen. We listen to our customers, and because they're the ones who are using the tool. They're the feet on the street, and they're the people that know the pain points and they know all the other tools probably a little bit better than we do. Is because they actually use them on a day to day.
Yeah, heck yeah. And that's important, I think, is, a lot of companies will come and they think they think, hey, this is the way you should do it. This is the way it should be done based on best practices. And a lot of times, even me, I'm out of touch with what the community really wants in the tool itself. And it's awesome that you guys are listening, making those adjustments to the end user, and that's really important for sure.
The other feature is, since I've been involved in the company, I've never felt so welcomed by everyone, like every department. It's not the largest company, and it does feel like a family. Like everywhere from HR to sales to developer, they include everyone. Like you're included in meetings, your input's valued. They listen to you. It's not just like, do your job. We'll call you when we're ready. It's kind of like this open-ended environment. You can reach out to anyone. We're globally, so time zones are different, but people respond at all hours of the day and night just to answer your questions if you have them. It's just a great company to work for.
Yeah, and Mike, since you're the kind of the new guy on the block, you don't mind the fact that they're all huggers, right? I mean, that's you're comfortable with all the hugging and it's nonstop.
Yeah, I had an intern job in the middle where I worked as some security, and I learned to hug people again. I learned to approach people and not stand off, so I'm good with it.
When you see CJ and Andy at the shows, they're huggers, man, nonstop. It's like, come on, guys, that's
Yeah.
it. Love you guys too.
No, nothing wrong with a good big bear hug coming from CJ, old Uncle CJ, Uncle Lou. You can call me Uncle Lou.
There you go. See, I had a lot of other stuff planned for you, but I think that was the main one. Was we could watch that again if you really wanted to. God, that was so great.
I watched that. I'm gonna watch it before I go to sleep tonight, and when I wake up tomorrow again.
You're showing your wife. You're gonna be running over with your phone. Look at this. This is awesome.
I know. No, some of my buddies are gonna have their eyes are gonna poke out of their head, and they're gonna fall over in laughter. So. Kudos to Jansen. Thank you.
I thought it was awesome, man. He wins the contest.
No,
I'm done. That's it. No more Jansen.
Tap out.
So tell me a little bit about some of the training too with it. Obviously, another issue is, as we mentioned early on, earlier in the show, was you don't have to go and get trained by 50 million different products, right? That necessarily don't play together. Right. And this is where you guys really are rock stars, right?
I think
you have trainings and you have certifications. Is that right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We do. Next week, a large federal customer of mine here in the DC area, they're doing a 3 or 4 day on-site training, which I'm going to go down and shake some hands and kiss some babies and cut some ribbons and meet some people and bring them some Detego swag. Mike's coming down. So, obviously I think if you're going to set your customers up for success, the technology's great, but you got to coach them up and you got to get them certified and you got to do it relatively quick. So whether that's on site, which we do, or virtual, which some people do because they've got employees all over the country, all over the world, we do either or. And so our training team is, I think, best in class. These guys have been doing it, most of them, for many, many years. And it's completely customizable, the training. So if you tell us kind of what your day in the life is, what your pain points are, the kind of cases that you're working. We can really customize that, and sometimes it'll be a 4-day training, and sometimes it might only be 2. You can also do a hybrid of on-site training, and then maybe some virtual stuff as well. And I know that we're growing that team and growing the training options as well. So I know we've got some pretty big things in store for some virtual training as well. I think on demand, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice. Nice. That's a great component to have, especially today. People still don't like to fly.
Yeah.
But you know, I do. No problem. No problem at all. Tell me a little bit about, because we're talking about the problem, some of the things that investigators are facing out there, and a lot of times, I'm going to speak from my own experiences, and Mike, you can chime in there and tell me I'm completely wrong if I am. Is a lot of times, you get stuck when you have a specific tool, right? And you're stuck. You can't make it your own, essentially, right? You can't change it and customize it, because what the development team gives you is what they give you, and that's it. How is Detego a little bit different? How are the tools a little different there?
I think when CJ hit on the job queues, it's something you really have to see because that lets you customize the exact way that you perform your job from simply as just a logical extraction of data to generate a report real quick to kick it out to give to a supervisor to running all the artificial intelligence in there and then being able to name those job queues and give them to another investigator in your office so they don't have to someone less technical than you can
Mm-hmm.
generate a job queue that and name it, just give it to them, let them run it. So like I said in the beginning, it's easy to learn just to push the buttons and get some data out, but once you learn all the nuances in there, what you can change with the job queues, you can make it your own and customize it. And like CJ said, 4, 5, 6 thumb drives or hard drives at the same time, crank them right out. You can look at the data as it's coming in, as they're cranking them out. It was an eye opener tool to me. Literally, I'm not saying it because I work for the company. I'm working for the company because I saw the software work. That's basically why it happened.
Sure, that makes sense. So tell me about some of the features. You mentioned AI in there, and I'm not as familiar with the tools I should be. Tell me a little bit about some of the AI features there.
Sure. So
CJ, you
we've
want to
got
go?
yeah. So we've got optical character recognition (OCR)
Okay,
technology,
sure.
which is able to pull words from like pictures and even videos. There's photo DNA. We can translate in 230 languages
Wow.
into English. So if your results are popping up in Mandarin, Russian, or Arabic, we can translate that. There's text indexing, there's keyword hash matching, and both of those. I mean, the list goes on. I can go on and on. Photo DNA, if I haven't already said that. There's all this powerful analytical processes that are there. We can do identify indecent images for the ICAC community, guns, drugs, all of that good kind of stuff, skin, and then obviously you can utilize those as you mentioned in your job queues, save them, and click go. So you can, one thumbstick you'd be able to do like an ICAC case, another one something maybe drugs or a drug dealer. So there's just a lot of customization, personalization, and decreasing that processing time as well.
Yeah, I was gonna look. I'm trying to look on, and it's funny. I popped up YouTube, and then we started echoing like crazy. So I apologize if you heard yourself for a split second there. I was rebroadcasting out. You guys have a YouTube channel, and that's what I was looking for,
Yeah, absolutely.
where people can go and maybe see some stuff about the platform.
That's
And
right.
if I'm gonna post this. I don't know if you guys have your handle up or not yet. Um, Let me see. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and post this into our chat.
Please do. So there's a lot of short videos. There's some longer videos. I know we're going to be updating that. Some of them are a little on the dated side, but it's all basically the same. The technology is always changing a little bit, but it's the same kind of meat and potatoes that shows you how to use the tool, key features and benefits, sharing best practices, and it covers everything that we do on scene, in the lab, phones, computers, tablets, drones, you name it. It's all there.
Jensen's version of what AI means is Andy's instincts. So there you go. So I did post the YouTube channel up there. Yeah, and I know for sure that you guys are going to be sending us at some point here. I can't say exactly. I don't want to put anyone on a pressure deadline. Some how-to videos I know that are going to be coming into Cyber Social Hub on some and showing kind of where you guys really are just rock stars, right?
Yeah, that's that. That's Bud and those guys are working
Yeah.
behind the scenes to get that to you. And kudos to Bud and those guys. They're always 2 steps ahead, very proactive versus reactive, and it just really makes our life a lot easier. So, yeah, I think I don't have a hard, a date on when that you'll have that, but if he tells you it's going to be there, it's going to be there.
Yeah, we've already been chatting about it. I just don't have dates yet. That's why I don't want to promise anything to
Yeah,
anyone to see.
over promise, under deliver. I try not to do that.
Yeah. But there is a YouTube channel. I posted it there, and I gotta do a search for Detego Global, and it'll pop right up, and you can see it. It's right up there on there. You guys got a few videos out there. Actually, got more than a few. Holy crap, there's a lot. Once I actually
there's a bunch. Yeah.
It shows
there's 2 or 3 minute videos, and there's some 10 or 15-minute videos, a little bit of both. So it's that they're very useful.
Now you guys have a case management system as well built in there. Some time use. Man, I'll tell you what, Mike, I might have to join the Mike ship and say that it sounds like something I wish I would have had when I was an investigator. Make life
I guarantee you wish you had it.
Yeah. So how do they how do folks get a hold of you if they want to see the product? They just you want to go to the website, fill out forms?
They can go to the website. It's pretty easy. There's a button where you can contact us to learn more. 30-day trial, wherever you are in the world. That information will get siphoned to the correct person. So anything North America goes to me and my team.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that goes to Europe typically goes to Andy Kirk and his team. And then obviously we've got reps all throughout all continents. So it all depends on where it's coming from. Usually within about a 24-hour period, we'll reach back out, try to schedule some time to chat, and have a preliminary discussion. I always encourage a web demo so we can kind of show you the tool, show you the key features and benefits, show you shortcuts, share best practices. So you're armed to really use the tool the way it was built to be used. And then we let customer end users kick tires on it for 30, sometimes 60 days just to get a feel for it.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a best-in-class support team that works with anybody that's trialing the software. If they have any questions, they get stuck. I always encourage my customers and prospects to contact support, copy me in. And if we need to do a technical call, we need to do a screen share, we'll jump back on. And then typically, you get a feel for it. You see some of the value. And the next question is how much. And I think we talked about before, for what you're getting, folks don't too often get the sticker shock that they might with some of our competitors. So I think it's a pretty cost-effective tool when it comes to budgets and squeezing things in. And we just so happen to be doing not to be too salesy, but we're doing an end-of-year promotion as we speak. 20%, 20% off of pretty much everything soup to nuts, whether it's a bundle, whether it's an individual module like the ballistic imager. So now would be a good time to contact us to set up a trial, do a demo, and if you like it, get something squeezed in before end of December.
Oh, heck yeah. So yeah, budgets are a thing, right? We know.
Sure.
I don't always know the sales cycles of federal budgets of how that all works, but yeah, I mean, it's that time of year. I think it was October, right? Was the federal one here in the U.S.
Yeah.
And then
yes.
Everyone else is like coming up. Right?
Yeah, man. And then use it, lose it type thing. If you got an extra 10 or 15 grand or $5,000, we can typically get some of our stuff squeezed in, as well. Discount code is going to be Hulk Smash Protein Bars 2022.
Don't use that, by the way. It doesn't work. I just had to put it up there. Sorry.
And for Jansen, it's going to be I Love My Cousin Doreen in Mississippi 2023. That's anything MSAB.
Those run that type of coupon code. Those are some funny coupon codes. You know he'll do that too.
Yeah,
He'll
yeah,
absolutely put those coupon codes, which
absolutely.
is which is so funny. Now I didn't know, and you brought something up as you were just talking. Is you can buy the individual, some of the modules, some of the
Oh
things
yeah,
it out if you don't buy the whole.
absolutely.
Tell me about
Yeah,
that.
you just,
What
well, I mean, if you're looking for a triage tool, yeah, if you're looking for a triage tool on mobile phones, we've got something called MD Live that works with Android and iOS. It's an on-scene, easy to use triage tool,
mm-hmm.
very customizable. If that's what you need, that's what your pain point is. That's what we'll sell you. If you're looking for an imaging tool, the world's fastest, go no further. That we got you. If you're looking for a computer triage tool for ICAT cases, we're partnered with Project Vic and all of their hashes. We've got a award-winning field triage tool that's easy to use. If that's what you need, I'm not going to try and fit a square peg in a round hole and sell you stuff you don't need. It's a waste of everyone's time. So, that's why it's important that you listen and ask good questions and let the customers tell you kind of what they're looking for, and then, sell accordingly, basically.
There you go. I mean, it's gone up the chain, so that coupon code was approved. Sorry. So I guess you can use that. You got 30 days to use it, and that's it. No, that's phenomenal. That's a great resource that people can kind of manage that out themselves if they don't need the whole suite. They can pick and choose what they want. And CJ, like I said, I've known you a couple of years now. One of the nicest guys in forensics too. If I haven't mentioned that yet,
Thanks,
unlike
Jansen,
who's not. Jansen's on the other end of that scale.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what they're saying down there. Andy and Jansen are having a whole conversation.
We started off, with Lou Ferrigno, and we've reverted back because we're ending here. So it's back to me getting the punching bag treatment. That's okay.
Yeah. Well, we have to put the good stuff in the middle there. It's kind of like the
Right.
Oreo cookie. Got to get
That's
through
right.
crumbly
Right.
stuff from the beginning, and then you get to the nice stuff in the middle, and then you're back to Jansen at the end. That's just the way it works.
Yeah, that's all right. I can handle it. No anger, smiling from ear to ear.
You want to watch that again? I want to watch it one more time.
Let's watch it again for sure.
I got a few minutes. It's my show. I can as long as we want.
Send it to me as soon as possible, please.
Oh, I'll send it to you right after this. So here we go. Hang on. Don't forget, you're on camera in this down in the corner. I was gonna put like reaction cam above your head, and I forgot to do it. But
not too late.
Here we go.
Hey CJ, how you doing? Lou Ferrigno. I just want to say, keep up the great work working on your new company. I know it takes a lot of hard work, but be positive and keep living, keep working out, and be very healthy, because that gives you determination to be very successful and to focus. I wish you all the best of luck on your new company. Keep up the great work. Positive living. Good.
This positive living, man.
I've come full circle. As a little boy, I used to watch The Incredible Hulk, and I was definitely him for Halloween at least one year, maybe two. So for him to send me that message just means a lot to me.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, look, Jansen brought spam bots in the chat. It's the first spam bots we've had in here. I'm not putting it on the screen, but there it is. Yeah. So yeah, Jansen.
It's free though.
Yeah, it seems to be free.
Well, let's click the link.
Yeah. Click those links if you're seeing this in post. See, what happens is Jansen goes surfing everywhere else on the web and then comes into our show and then brings us nonsense with him. I've never had this happen before. He's the first. So anyway, there it is. CJ and Mike, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it. We went over the hour, man. It was that quick. It didn't seem like
time.
Eli's like, whoa, that was an hour. Yeah, well, granted, the first 15 minutes was a little bit of ribbon going on, but it's all good, man. I appreciate it. So you guys can go to DetegoGlobal.com. I put the link somewhere in chat here, and it's also below in the notes if you're on YouTube. We'll make sure we put links on the other ones, too, if you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn as well. We'll make sure we'll put some comments below on those so you can find these guys, too. I highly recommend at least having a conversation with CJ, checking it out. It's going to make your lives a lot easier. Again, looking forward to those how-to videos, but if they want to check them out, they can go over to YouTube and see that. And also, one thing I do have to ask is my kids. you know, I don't get the whole thing with the big YouTube influencers and stuff like that. I never will. We just get on here and uh, you know, do the best that we can with this. But my kids tell me, says, Dad, you have to tell people to like and subscribe, otherwise they won't do it. So down somewhere in one of these corners on YouTube. Now, don't ask on Facebook or other ones. I don't know enough for that. There's a like button, and then there's a subscribe button, but there's also a little bell too that you can get notified
Reminders.
when
Yeah.
somebody just did it. Reminders when we do go live. We try to go live every Friday at 2 o'clock in Eastern time, and get some great guests. So if you're somebody in the digital forensic field, uh, learning about the digital forensic field, and you want to come on the show, get a hold of us. We're happy to have you on the show. CJ, Mike, don't go anywhere yet. I got to talk to you and post show. But thanks for popping on the show, taking the time out of your busy days and all the demos that you guys do. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Kevin. We had a great time.
Thanks, Kevin.
Yep. All right, guys. Take care. And everyone else, we'll see you guys next week. Take care. We'll see you.
Bye, everyone.